today's video is going to be a video all about tips for packing your hospital bag. So I know that when it comes to packing your hospital bag, you can do all the research in the world for what exactly to pack, but it's quite hard to find like just tips on little things that you can do to help with maybe organising the bag or things that maybe you haven't thought of. So if you want to see an in-depth what's in my hospital bag or what's in my baby's hospital bag, I will link them in the description bar below. You can go and check them out. But for this one, this is purely just tips that have put my mind at rest when it came to packing my hospital bag, and I'm hoping that it does the same for you. Firstly, I want to apologise for the mop I call my hair. It did look alright this morning. It's had a tough day. The second is I am a first time mum. I would take everything that I say with a pinch of salt. You might want to check with your healthcare provider before you pack your hospital bag for things in terms of what you need to pack, things that they allow, things that they don't allow, yada yada yada. And remember to pack all essential medications, which obviously is not in this video because I personally don't have any, but if you do, that is a tip for your hospital bag. Pack them just in case. So without further ado, let's jump in. So starting for mum's hospital bag or mum's hospital items. So the first thing I would say, and it's something that I've done, is pack in the order that you're going to need them in the hospital. So for example, at the top of my hospital bag I have put the clothes that I want to wear for birthing and anything that I want to wear to cover over while I'm in labour, because I know that when I get there the first thing they're going to get me to do is change into either their gown or whatever I choose to birth in. So I did that, and then underneath is the toiletries that I want for afterwards, and then below that are clothes that I want to wear on the way home. This way it just saves you raking around in your hospital bag for different things, and also it means if you need your partner to grab something, he knows that it's going to be in order that you're going to need them, so he can take one layer out. Once you're done with it, he knows to move on to the next layer. Secondly, for mum's hospital bag or mum's hospital items, is pack for all birthing scenarios. So as much as I would love to believe that I will have a normal, natural, straightforward birth, that may not be the case. So make sure that you're packing for every occasion. So although you are dead excited to get back into jeans, if you think about it from a practical point of view, if you have a cesarean section, you're probably not going to want to wear jeans, and you're probably not going to want to wear any tight leggings or anything like that. So make sure that you have pants that would come up high enough or low enough to dodge a cesarean scar. Make sure that the clothes that you have are nice and loose, because you are going to be wearing the world's ugliest pads when you go home. So make sure that you're comfortable for all scenarios that birth might throw at you, just to be on the safe side. Moving on to dad's hospital bag, or the items that you'll bring to the hospital for your partner. The first thing I would say is think outside the birthing suite. So what I mean by this is we tend to think of clothing that we need or comfort items that we need. This is actually something that I forgot to mention in my what's in my hospital bag video, but it is in my hospital bag, and it's just a little pouch that has some spare change in it, so that my partner can go to the vending machines, or if your hospital or wherever you're giving birth has a pay meter for the car park or anything like that, at least you have some spare change. In here I also have some spare change, I have some sanitizer, some paracetamol, some hair ties, so that if we can't find them in the main hospital bag, we have an extra pouch with the essentials in them, and obviously it means that he can run down to the cafe, etc. That kind of thing. It's something that you probably wouldn't think about, but something that I reckon will come in quite handy. So the next thing sounds really simple for dad's hospital items, but it's probably not something that we put that much thought into, and it's simply ask him what he wants. So ask him if he would like a change of clothes, ask him if he would like a pillow to take with him, or a blanket, or whatever it is that may make him more comfortable. Although we are the ones giving birth and we should take as much of the credit as possible when it comes to this specific time in the pregnancy, do think of your partner. He is going to have to sit there for however long you are there. He's also going to be in a position where he's going to have to watch you going through something, knowing that there's nothing he can do to help. So the least we can do is remember to pack the items that are going to make him more comfortable, so simply ask him. Baby's hospital bag. So this is the bag that has all of the cute stuff in it and all of the stuff that people want to see. My biggest tip for packing your baby's hospital bag is Ziploc bags. This sounds really stupid, but Ziploc bags just help compartmentalize? Yeah. Ziploc bags just help to compartmentalise everything in the bag so that everything is clearly labelled, everything is kept together in a group, and it's all a bit more organised within the bag. So for example, I have this one here which says clearly on it my first outfit, and I know that it has a sleep suit, I know it has a vest, and I know it has a nappy in there. I also know that the sleep suit has built-in mittens, so I don't need to put them in there, and we also have a newborn hat that's on the top of the hospital bag. This just ensures that, like I said in my what's in my baby's hospital bag, if I am unable to get to the bag, or if for whatever reason it's not myself, my partner will know exactly which outfit's for which, or if the midwife needs to go into the hospital bag at all. Everything is clearly labelled and she'll be able to find things. And this is just another example. This is his coming home outfit, clearly labelled, and I know that there's a sleep suit, a vest, mittens, a hat, and a nappy in there, so I know that everything's together and it's all clearly labelled for whoever needs to go in and get them. My second tip for a baby's hospital bag is to bring basic spares. So what I mean by this is it's great for us to look at the cute outfits and all the little mittens and little hats and little boots and things like that that we want to take with us for the baby when it's born. However, you don't want to overlook the basics. So another Ziploc bag, because I love them. In here I've got basic spares, so I have plain vests, plain sleep suits, mittens, hats, all of those little things that you might overlook when packing all of the cute things. So just some basic spares in a couple of different sizes, so that if we run out of all of the cute things, or if he spits up, or if there's a poo explosion on one of the cute outfits, I know I at least have some form of backup. And lastly, general tips that I found handy when I was packing my hospital bags for labour and delivery. The first being pack separate bags. So originally, if you look at my what's in my hospital bag video, I have like a 4-wheeler suitcase, like a carry-on case. I did originally try to pack everything for myself, my partner and baby all in the one bag. It didn't work, and I found myself getting rid of items that would overall make me more comfortable. I was getting rid of them to make space for things that were essential, and eventually I gave up, and I now have a bag for myself and my partner, and I have a separate bag for baby. And this way, again, it just makes it easier for anyone that needs to access anything for either of you to know that there's 2 separate bags. It'll be in one or the other. Quite simple, but I definitely do think it makes a difference, and it allows you to pack the things that, okay, you may not use, but they may make you feel more comfortable, and that is always beneficial. The second tip I have is to pack miniatures. So pack as if you are taking carry-on luggage only. I did this because I realised there was no point in me taking full-sized items. I'm hoping not to be in the hospital for that long, and if I am, it's always easy to go out and get more of these items, but there's no point in taking up the majority of your bag with full-size items when you may only be in there for a day. And the chances of using an entire can of dry shampoo and an entire miniature of shampoo and conditioner are quite slim, so just take miniatures, take what you need. And I also just took miniatures for the baby as well, and it'll be miniatures that I put in the nappy bag or the changing bag as well. So that was a tip. I think it's quite handy. I think it saves a lot of space. I think it saves a lot of time and worry as well. So yeah, pack miniatures. My third one is to do your research. So before you give birth in whichever hospital you choose, make sure that you research what they will provide for you, what they expect you to bring. Also do your research from other mums, so videos like other people's hospital bag videos, other people's what I packed but didn't use, people's what I didn't pack but wish I had videos, things like that. Research them, speak to other mums that have packed their hospital bag and find out what were the essentials that they packed. It doesn't do you any harm. It won't do you any harm to bring along items that other people don't have. If it's going to make you comfortable, take it, but definitely do your research. Otherwise, I think I probably would have packed everything I could possibly have done, bar the kitchen sink. But yeah, so narrow it down and do your research, and that way you know that the majority of the things you're bringing along you more than likely will use. And my last tip, and my most helpful tip, I think, is prepare your hospital bag. So prepare the hospital bags, put them in your Ziploc bags, lay them out, do whatever, list everything, check things off, do whatever you need to do to make sure that everything is there. Lay it all out and then get your partner to pack the bag. So this sounds like you're forcing him into some sort of formal labour, but what it actually does is it allows your partner to know where everything is packed in the bag. So if you know that everything that needs to be there is there, that puts your mind at rest, and having him pack the bag means that he knows where everything is. So when you ask him to get something, he's more likely to be able to find it without unpacking the entire bag, and without asking, what pouch is this in, or which part of the suitcase is this in, etc. So I do think that's a really helpful tip, and I do recommend getting you to do that because it really will come in handy for him to know where everything is. So that is everything for today's video. I hope this video helped you when it comes to tips for packing for your hospital bag. If you enjoyed this video, then don't forget to subscribe down below, and also press the little bell icon so that you get a notification every time I upload a new video. I am currently making a lot of mummy content, or mummy to be content. I'm also making weekly vlogs as I am documenting my first year as a mum since I'm off on maternity leave anyway, and there's also some beauty and lifestyle thrown in there as well. So yeah, like I said, subscribe if you enjoyed, and until next time, bye guys!